What's up, YouTube? How you doing today?
What's going on?
What's up, YouTube?
Hello of our counterculture friends, family, the millions of YouTube followers out there, all million and a half subscribers that we've got.
Yeah, thanks again. Hey, thank you to all our our diehard fans out there that are liking and subscribing each one of these videos.
Every single
one of them, they're subscribing to each one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how subscribing works. They're hitting that bell though. I'm
Yeah.
hearing it in the background.
I hear it in my
that's
dreams.
That bell ringing.
Yeah.
It's that subscription bell, and I just want to say thank you to our millions of people out there.
Yeah.
They're doing that for us.
Yeah.
Every single week.
It feels. It's just incredible. We're so super thankful. So thankful. So, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try something a little bit different this week. A little bit what we want to call.
I don't even know what I want to call it.
We'll figure it out, and you know how these things work.
You'll know when we hit the title.
Yeah, you'll know.
You'll just have a sense in your heart.
You'll feel it, because I don't think it's gonna miss. I think it's just gonna hit. Right, like, like those videos, the guys who just like can one hammer nails in.
Yes.
I feel like that's what this title's gonna have. Like,
ooh, I love it.
And so just so we're all clear, we're gonna be shooting for that. Okay.
We're gonna be shooting for that one strike.
Which means that there's gonna be a lot of different misses and half-in nails, some that get bent.
And that's what you don't see in those videos.
You don't.
Right behind the camera, there's like a ton of just wood pieces just blown to bits from this strong man's hammer.
Yeah.
Just smash down on it.
You don't see that. But you're gonna see it.
You get to watch it here.
Yeah.
You get to see the behind the scenes. It's crazy to see a piece of content that's both the behind the scenes and the in front of scenes all at the same time.
This is the experience we're bringing.
This is it. You're in here with us because you're part of the counterculture fam. Now.
Yeah. And we just don't want to be fake, right? That's what it is. We're authentic.
We ain't fake.
We're authentic.
All those other YouTube channels, fake.
Just straight.
Fake.
Fake.
Yeah. Us though, we're real.
Yeah.
Real. You can reach out your hand right now. Touch your hand onto the screen.
Look at that. That's magic.
You feel that electricity? I feel it.
Yeah. So, welcome. Welcome to our conversation. Well, so our heart today was to do it. I think we had a couple things we wanted to kind of touch on. Maybe take some point in celebration in what God's been doing in the life of our church, the life of counterculture, also maybe even in ourselves personally, and maybe just kind of recap and see where we go from there. Yeah. I was thinking, so since we've had a lot of conversations about rest the last little bit, like us personally, just in general, I think, and I know other people that have had conversations about rest, and I had another conversation about rest earlier today, which was great and good, and I don't know where I'm necessarily going with this, but like, I think I want to get to this point in my life where I rest well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what that looks like.
I don't either. Like, I have an idea in my head, and I think that it's gonna be a practice makes perfect scenario. In my what I would think, like.
Okay, what is the ultimate? What is the Sabbath day? Like everything just goes right.
Yeah.
What is that?
Dude, so a lot of times it feels like a nice sleep in. So, I mean, I don't sleep in that long, but, good sleep, maybe wake up at 9:30, something like that. It feels good. A cool, just a chill breakfast, if we can swing that. Maybe some avocado toast.
Heyo.
You know.
Whoa. Classing up this joint.
A little sourdough.
Okay.
Some avocado, a little salt and pepper, maybe some avocado toast. Sounds good. I definitely always want to throw like a gym session in there, and then from there, I think this is where sometimes it's like we think we do things that are restful, and so then it's like, well, then it'd just be easy just to hang out with the wife and watch Netflix or catch up on TV shows or do whatever. And so I've had this idea since we just got the new house. Okay. And I don't know where I would put it, nor where Amanda would let me put it, but I've been really thinking it would be cool to have a garden.
Okay. That seems super doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so. So I was thinking about it and I was like, I think it would be cool to have a garden. Nothing crazy, nothing big, but some place where I can go, and I would like to maybe grow some tomatoes. Maybe, I don't know, tomatoes would probably be the biggest thing that I would eat. Maybe like a couple type of peppers or something. Maybe cucumber or two. Some beans. I don't know. I haven't fully thought it through, but like to have somewhat of a little bit of a hobby, but also kind of like your.
I think hobbies are like the most important thing.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, and well, because it's more intentional, right? Like, I mean, I do have other hobbies. I love to play video games and love to do things like that, but it's almost like mind numbing versus. I think getting out there, doing something with your hands, taking care of like a garden or whatever, that or maybe just get into like whittling.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about gardening too is that you can just let those plants die.
Wait.
And sometimes that's just as exhilarating of a hobby, is knowing that you have the power to give them water and just letting those suckers die.
So
like doing really good for like 6 months and then just let them die.
And then just let them go. Okay.
I'm just saying, different hobbies.
Different hobbies. Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Okay. No, I agree. It's a good hobby. Yeah, I like it. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. So, what would you do for a hobby if you like for your Sabbath, like?
I don't know.
What's your ideal set? Like, what's your ideal?
Yeah, I have recently found out that I don't.
Sabbath.
I don't rest ever.
Yeah.
I kind of lay with my eyes open like a vampire every night.
So you don't even sleep?
No. Yeah, I just found that out.
It's crazy too. I also just found out that I'm the only person who sleeps in like a box.
I thought I was sleeping. I thought for sure this was sleep.
I also thought that everyone else ate people drank blood. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I found out that I have a really hard time like resting, which was a little bit discouraging because I don't consider myself like a workaholic type of dude. Yeah. It's like always like, or I guess when I think of those people, I think of a certain amount of like neuroticness. They're like always kind of like go all around, always like kind of crazy perfectionist kind of people.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not that way, so I'm good. It's like, no, you are. You're just lazy. You're both lazy and a workaholic.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
It's a very hard thing to
and so for me, I mean, I love going to restaurants. I know that that's like, it feels like, oh, like I'm so rich. But it's like, yeah, I live in the lap of luxury. I live in 2021.
I have a full-time job.
In America, like, I am currently in the lap of luxury.
Yes.
As far, in relation to most other places on this world.
Yeah.
And I love going to restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being able to look at what they can offer and be like, I would love this. From a person who loves to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, let me have it. It's going to be great. Let me get a drink. Let me get some sides. Let me get some fries. Let me get, like, everything.
Yeah.
And just have it and feel like, someone did this for me. Someone, like, made a meal for me. And I get to eat it and sit down. And it's usually accompanied with somebody.
Yeah.
So I love having, like, one-on-one talking
Yeah.
time with somebody. But I don't really have, like, a full day thing. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I recently learned that it's good to just be completely still.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think of Sabbath as like a kind of do whatever you want kind of thing. And that's how it's always been pitched to me, even like in a healthy way of being like,
Yeah.
You're intentionally giving time to the Lord, but you're doing kind of like, hey, you want to go do this? Go do it. Mm-hmm. And recently it was pitched as like hey, sit somewhere and force your body to be still for like an hour.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. I was like, oh. There's a gut-wrenching thing inside me that was like, oh, that's kind of scary. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I got a lot of scary things in there that I don't know if they might come out if I'm too still.
I've got a what is that bus movie that can't stop? It's like Denzel. It's got the bus and he can't stop and go under 50 miles an hour. It's gonna blow up.
Exactly.
It's kind of like what's got going on.
I'm a bus and my brain is Denzel Washington.
And I can't stop, or it's just gonna blow up.
Yeah, it's kind of it just made me feel there's a certain response. I was like, oh, that's scary. So I know I should probably do it.
Yeah, and so we both heard the sit still, like to actually sit still thing, and the other conversation that I was having today, actually I was telling them that because part of my Sabbath, I like to go to the gym. Like, I just enjoy it. It's something that I've liked to do and always do. And this person said to me, well, that if your Sabbath is meant to get you from doing the opposite of what work is meant to be, he said I would almost push back on that and say that most people nowadays work, unless you work a physical job, what do? It's like you sit behind a desk, you take notes, you go to meetings, you do, and he said, so sometimes, he said, I might even argue that the fact that getting out and doing something is the opposite of rest.
Touche.
And so I was like,
so
okay.
Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not a bus and my brain is Denzel Washington.
Maybe not. And who knows, sometimes, you get in there and you're running or do it, whatever it is, and you're able to work some of that stuff out physically. So, all good things to say. I think that we both would go. Sabbath is something that we are.
I like listening to music too.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of like intentional music time, not like listening to it while doing something else. I'm like, I feel like I am cut from the same cloth of like the kid who would just sit by the radio. Because there are days where me and my fiance will sit on the couch and just like, it'll be like a Saturday afternoon, nobody's at the house, we're just chilling, AC is on, nice and chill, like nice and cool, chill. Like, and we're just laying there and we just go like song for song, like she plays songs Spotify, I'm like, no, let me show you this song.
Yeah.
And it just goes back and forth, and there's something about that that's just like,
yeah,
just gonna listen. Like, my activity is listening to music, not like my activity is jogging and I just happen to be listening or things like that. So I don't know. Somewhere in there is probably my rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just an interesting thing to do, to, like, really, if you're really, like, intentionally going after it, you just start to realize how much you don't rest.
Yeah.
Or how much you think you do, but then it's like, is that actually intentionally resting? And is it actually intentional? Like, is it bringing me life? And, none of these are, I'm not sitting here trying to hate on Netflix or whatever,
No, but I will.
Yeah, no.
I can.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I feel like there is a hard thing that I'm like, I was never taught to rest.
Yeah.
That's never been a thing that was ever taught
Mm-hmm.
to me throughout school. It's like how to rest. Or even in church or anything like that. Like, even in a secular standpoint, resting is just not a thing.
Mm.
It's like, even outside of church, it's like, hey, you want to be the best, you gotta grind. Are you grinding today?
Yeah.
Grind 24/7. And
Yeah.
like, bro, I don't know. It's a hard skill to learn the later in life that you have to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we also just found out this cool fact, guys, that apparently you take on 60 to 75% of the trauma that you help people with. So, for instance, if I go up to Jacob and say that there's a volcano in my backyard and it's about to explode. Oh no.
Oh no.
I did the tests, it's about to explode and it's only gonna hit my house.
Terrifying.
And it's gonna blow up and everybody's gonna blow up in my house, everyone's gonna die, and my house is gonna burn down. Jacob's like, here, I'll emotionally be your support for this. Let me help you. He takes on 60 to 75% of my emotional torment of blowing up my house. So that when I blow up my house and Jacob helps, 75% of his house blows up metaphorically and emotionally. That's buck wild. And I think that there's been a part of me that's become so used to it that I don't recognize that 75% of my house is being blown up.
Yeah.
And so I think it goes the same with rest of like, there's been so much of my body that's been like calcified over of like not resting.
Yeah.
That I think what I feel is normal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. And so it's like, it's the type of people that like, you go to the doctor and like, hey, is your leg sore? And you're like, well, kinda. It's like, well, we just did x-rays and you have no knees. So
yeah.
How long have you had no knees? It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. When I was 13, I got ran over by a train. I just kind of walked it off. It's like, bro, what?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the fear, is that I've just kind of let no rest be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just not sustainable either at the end of the day with everything that, I mean, with your job, with my job, like, and I'd probably just argue with everyone, this is not a sustainable lifestyle. Like, you've got to learn to rest, and rest weekly is kind of actually the commandment, like, on it, keep the Sabbath. And I will say, I wish that whenever I would hear that, so I said, I wish I'd had this skill as a teenager or as younger student. I wish I'd even had it in college, so I can sit back and look at like seasons of college and go, dude, if you'd known what a Sabbath was, it might not have been as hard.
Yeah, you would have been able to crush it.
Yeah, like if you had actually rested instead of just going, like, dude, you might have actually been able to, like, enjoy that season of your life or whatever. And I just wonder, I would just say this too, that like, as students, as they're in school and everything's going on, the stress, the emotional stress, like, gotta get this done, then you've got your, just what it looks like to be a teenager in your community and all of that. And so it's like, man, if I'd had and use my weekends as actual like one of those days is the Sabbath, which did not happen at all.
No.
Especially not as a teenager.
I had zero framework for this until
none.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah. No, I know. I don't, like, I didn't either. And so it's just like, I wonder how much it would have changed some stuff in my life
Also,
later.
Hey, kids out there, you parents can leave the room for a second. Just me and the kids are gonna hang out for a sec.
It's a cool uncle.
Are they gone? Okay. Kids, if you look at your parents, if you look at your parents and just be like, I'm Sabbathing today, you can get away with anything. It'll blow them back so much. And it's like, it's the same way that it's like, oh, you're staying up late. Parents come running in your room. What are you doing? I'm reading Leviticus, Dad. Dad doesn't know what to do. Because he's like, I haven't even read Leviticus. So I was like, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, okay, I guess, see you later. Bye.
Alright.
I guess you get the house now? I don't know what to do. Dads don't know what to do. And so you can say you're Sabbathing and just kind of be like, hey, Dad, can we go get ice cream? I'm on my Sabbath right now. And I think that's like, I think I need to rest in the presence of the Lord through frozen creams.
Through frozen creams.
Through frozen sweet treats.
Delicious.
Just have some time with my family. My daddy.
It does bring up a good point, though. I think neither of us were taught to Sabbath by our parents. Like, I don't think that my parents had a Sabbath life. And, like, invite your parents back into the room. Any
parents can come back in.
Yeah, like, any parents out there, like, it's, at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to teach your kid the ways of the Lord. I am here to help. I am a resource. Dave is a resource.
But it's
helps.
on you.
It actually is. You are going to be held responsible when it comes down to it at the end of the day. Yes. And teaching your kid to Sabbath is probably one of the more important things that I think a rhythm that they would probably need later on in life to prevent burnout, to prevent a lot of these things. And
well, because what do you get? Okay, so if you were to say like, oh, but Jacob, what are all the benefits I get from spending intentional time with God every week? It's like, okay, bro.
Sorry.
You get to hone the practice of hearing God's voice.
Yep.
You get to hone the practice of prayer.
Mm-hmm.
You get to like hone the practice of like thankfulness. Celebration. Like these are things that just innately come when you actually give up time to Sabbath.
Yeah.
So Sabbath, you get a ton of other extra stuff when you just actually do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a good practice to get into. And I know we weren't even going to talk about this, but it just ended up...
That's what happens.
What ended up happening, which is cool. But yeah. So, Sabbath. It's something that we're both kind of working on.
Rest.
But I don't want to end, but I wanted to say, let's talk about... we can also celebrate.
And let's talk about my favorite day of the year to celebrate, and that is my birthday.
That's right.
Yes, my birthday is next Monday.
Next
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday.
Next Sunday. So when you see this on Monday night, you will be one day late in giving me my present.
Yeah.
So better get on it. Right now. I'm saying like this is gonna be about 7:30 at night when you're hearing this.
Yes, it is.
So you have enough time to go to the store.
Yep.
Get me a present and bring it to the church because I pretty much live here and you guys can just drop it off at the door and I'll come out and get it.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good time. Since my presentee won't be here for a little bit, I feel like it's a good time to show you what I'm getting you.
No way.
Here, hold on.
So it's my big day. I'm turning 27. I know that surprises some of you because you're mean. You're mean kids.
Yeah. So this is actually what I got you. And I hope you like it.
And it's a picture of it is gonna be on the screen right here.
I mean, I hope. I don't know if it will, but we'll see.
What? No way. I don't know if that can be on the screen.
I know. I hope you like it.
Is this custom?
It's a shirt. I was like, I really want something, and I just looked in the. This is.
You just looked up.
Yes.
Oh, man alive. I'm going to. Oof. This is incredible. And just so terribly designed.
So good, right?
I absolutely adore it.
I'm glad.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it next week in the video if you can spot it.
Yeah.
You can spot.
Or maybe the week after.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whenever I
like-
get it,
yeah.
I'll wear it, and if you spot it, you can put it in a comment. And I'll
Yeah.
say hi.
Yeah.
Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, I want it so badly now.
I know. It's not gonna be here for like a week after your birthday. I'm
Because
so-
they have to like make it.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna wear it on Monday night and just blow some kids' minds.
Yes. Yes.
Goodness gracious. Okay, well that's been nothing for you guys.
Yeah. This is just a joy check for us, but
Yes, it's my birthday and celebrating. I love birthdays. I love people giving me gifts. And that's it. I love it. It's my love language is getting gifts is how I receive love. And it's also how I like to give love. And so
Yeah.
I'm like getting a gift on a special day, like it's almost the practice of celebration is so closely knit to Sabbath because it's like no, I know that factually next Sunday means nothing in this grand scheme of like it's just a day. It's a day in the middle of July. Who cares? But I'm gonna raise the stoke on this and just be like, yeah, it's a big deal.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
big deal. Like, I almost wish I could do that for every Saturday.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, dude, it's Saturday?
Uh-huh.
3 more days till big day.
Yeah.
It's like, what's happening Saturday? Nothing.
Nothing. It's
Sabbath.
just Sabbath, dude.
Dude, chill. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yeah. So we got a few things to celebrate. One, Dave's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great. Two, I think that there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in our church right now too. You know, and not only within the church as a whole, but in counterculture as well. And I mean, we're taking a trip to Hawaii. We're going to, you know, we're going
Hawaii.
to Hawaii. I don't. Which Hawaii?
A-I-E-A.
Yes. Yes.
I believe.
I believe that's how it's said. And so we're going to Hawaii, you know, and we get to celebrate that, and I'm looking forward to camp, and I'm looking forward to just Jesus meeting people in an unexpected way, in all honesty.
Yeah, I think he's gonna let loose on some people. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick.
I hope I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm equally excited for myself too. It's just like, oh, you get to those points sometimes where you get so caught up in just like trying to do life with God,
Yeah.
that your level of excitement for where he is gonna show up is like, oh man, yeah, today, meh, not great. Last season hasn't been great, but every corner I turn around gets to be a surprise birthday party waiting for me from God. And I just feel like this is a good opportunity. I like to come into prayer, come into moments where I'm like with God, come into moments like Sundays and things like that, with a expectation that God is gonna like blow my mind somewhere.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather like always have my hopes up.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, hey, I'm ready for it. Mm-hmm. This next Sunday, I'm gonna like be completely slain by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Just see what happens. You know.
Yeah.
It's gonna. My life is gonna dramatically change.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's gonna be that way for a lot of the kids.
I think for a lot of us too, leaders and stuff. So I mean, I'm excited. I just want to celebrate that. I'm gonna start pre-celebrating what God's gonna do. You know, and then, I mean, just sort of like another big celebration I think that we get to have is that, you know, our church is kind of getting back into normal rhythms.
It's weird. I thought about that the other day of like being in church and not wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember that time?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that multiple times where we
That
all had to wear a mask?
Yeah.
Like all the time, everywhere we went?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not over, but it's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That was a crazy year.
It was.
Everybody who's alive right now lived through a crazy year.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's a sense of normalcy coming back. There's God's doing stuff. He's meeting people. And, you know, there's a lot to celebrate. A lot to celebrate. Even if you are tired. Mm-hmm. Even if you are maybe you're coming out of a tough season or maybe in the middle of one.
Well, and the last thing I want, because I was talking with a friend about this, was like, you know what I dislike is, like, and maybe I'm just hypercritical about it, but there's a certain sense of like, you go into church, and people always ask you how you're doing, and a lot of times when people ask you how you're doing, here's a quick lesson for some of you less, or more socially awkward kids out there. So a lot of times when people say, hey, how you doing? They don't want to know how you're doing. They kind of just want you to make a noise out of your mouth, and then they'll leave.
Just any noise.
Just back. And then they'll be like, and I'm like, and then they'll just leave, and you'll never see them ever again in your life. And that's just that's the intended outcome for most people. But I don't like that. And so sometimes when people say, hey, how you doing? I'll say something like, I don't know, all the problems that I'm working on right now currently. Which they do not like. You can see it in their eyes. They either kind of glaze over.
They're like, all right.
Or they'll do this thing where they'll treat you like you are on the verge of dying. Like you have cancer and they have the cure for cancer. Which is equally annoying to me as the people who don't even want to hear how you're doing, because I'm like, you're allowed in this big bad world, in this big bad religion that we subscribe to, in this God that we love, we're allowed to have bad days and still be good Christians and just be like, yeah, this last year was crazy and I'm tired and I'm really excited for bed tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't, and you can say that and maybe don't need like 5 people to pray over you right then and there. It's good to have people pray for you.
Yes.
I would love 5 people to always be praying for me, always throughout my entire day.
Yeah.
but not just because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, you're allowed to just be in a funk.
Yeah, you're allowed to have a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're a human being.
A human being.
A human being. Wait, I feel like you're saying bean.
Come again?
I feel like you're saying bean.
I said Cuban bean.
Cuban.
I said
You're
humid.
humid bean.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm a humid bean.
You are a humid bean.
Oh.
So yeah, a lot of good stuff.
So much good stuff.
So much good stuff. I don't know that we nailed the title.
Title? I...
Barely.
No toll.
See, that's one of those.
Swing and miss. That's
Swing and
like,
miss.
oh, we'll throw that piece of wood to the side because I just destroyed it.
Title.
Title? Question mark? Title?
Ooh, we could do that.
Counterculture conversations.
Title? Or do we go title? I barely
counterculture conversations.
Or we go rest, celebration, and title.
Live,
laugh, title.
live, laugh, hammer, one strike, one kill. It's your boys, and we're back. Counterculture conversation. It's almost a game to see what gets allowed on the YouTube page at this point.
Like,
It's like, this will be right underneath John Tyson's teaching.
It will be the thing that comes out the next day. We have to find a really good one for that day.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna start thinking now. This one, I don't know which one you want to go with. I mean,
we could name that one John Tyson's special message.
Oh,
Just to up that clickbait, you know?
that's perfect.
Oh, it's rare that we get a title preemptively.
Titled. I don't even care what we talk about. That's
Uh-huh.
that's so good. And then, live, laugh, title.
We could do the making of a title.
Is that what we're doing now?
You're in the behind the scenes making of.
Or we just call it behind the scenes, quote unquote, making the title.
Making the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Not everything has to be a spectacular win.
No, it doesn't. Every now and then you just get one that floats.
Yeah.
So, behind the scenes, quote unquote, making the title.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. But I put the lap in to make sure that we remember next week's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do we tell anyone about it? That's the question. I mean, this will come out before then.
Do we tell anybody about our next week's video?
Title.
No.
We just do it.
I think that's kind of been the style the whole time.
Do have to get Skylar's approval.
Skylar's not our boss.
Fair. Alright.
You hear that, Skylar?
Here we go. Counterculture conversations.
Alright. Love you guys.
See ya, dudes.